I've been working on a lot of videos. I have the 3 weapon reviews covering the Solstice weapons coming up this week. The first of the 3 I'm working on is the Void Bow, Fortunate Star, and I got to a perk that intrigues me. Impromptu Ammunition. Final blows increase the ammo meter progress from all sources for a short time. Well, this got me down the deep dark rabbit hole of ammo generation. What's really needed for the stat? How does it work? Where are the gains? So today, I want to discuss what things do. And once you know what things do, you can have a better understanding of how to build things out. And ammo generation at its peak is just like every other new stat in the game that we have. I see a lot of 180, 200 weapon stat, grenade stat that we get more grenade damage, weapon damage. Ammo generation is kind of the same, but it has a cap. And even though it has a cap, you can go past this cap. And for the video, I have a couple goals. I want to show the extremes of what's possible so you know how this stat works. But also, I do want to talk about being more practical with it. There's lots, and I mean lots to talk about. First, the ammo generation stat. It's on a scale of 0 to 100. Each weapon has one, aside from swords, and some of you might notice that, but it kind of doesn't surprise me. They needed room to put other stats on swords, but we can assume that it's 0 or close to 0, because believe it or not, a good amount of weapons in the game, they put a 0 ammo generation stat on, or just low in general, especially heavies. So swords being a heavy, I get it. Most weapons sit around 50. Some 45, some 40, others 60, 70. Some out of the box like Lord of the Wolves, 100. Huckleberry, 100. And the second thing to know is between these ammo types, primary, special, and heavy, they are not the same. A 100 kinetic primary stat has different gains than a special weapon with a 100 stat or a heavy weapon with a 100 ammo generation stat, but they do have some interactions that you need to know about. And also, the type of ammo used is the same across the board. A fusion, sniper, shotgun, all these are special weapons, say they all have a 70 stat, they're all going to have the same gains because of that stat. It doesn't matter what the weapon is, the gains are tied to the type of ammo, and there's only 3. And I'll walk through this later on as I go. So we have the stat 0 to 100. On the weapon itself, this is just the stat. So let's talk about things that can bring that stat up. There's some enhanced perks like enhanced air trigger, that's plus 40 ammo generation to the stat, but mostly you're going to be getting them from a couple other main sources. First, the chest piece mods. Second page, ammo generation mods, they cost 2 energy. Each mod grants plus 20 ammo generation stat, meaning you can get a total of plus 60 if you triple this up. And that's enough to bring up a lot of weapons to the 100 cap. Most of the time though, you're only going to need 1 or 2. And to be clear, this mod is for the weapon that you're using to generate ammo. So if you're using a third iteration, it's a void weapon, you want to be using void ammo generation. The mod's basically saying, which element do you want me to juice up for your ammo regeneration? If you use the new Year-Tide Apex Solar SMG from Solstice, you want solar ammo generation. Use Outbreak Perfected, you want kinetic ammo regeneration, and so on. It's the element of the weapon that you're using the most to generate ammo. Next, on the weapon itself, we have the Bandolier mod. It gives plus 5 ammo generation. Then Abundant Ammo gives plus 10 ammo generation. And these have enhanced versions. Enhanced Bandolier is plus 7. Enhanced Abundant Ammo is plus 12 ammo generation. Those are your main ways to get this stat up. Chest piece, weapon mods. But then we have another way, a different class. The Special Ammo Finder, Heavy Ammo Finder, and Impromptu Ammunition. The difference is that these 3 are scalars, and since they're scalars, that means they can push your ammo generation past the 100 stat. So the left side of the screen adds stat points to the weapon stat, the right side of the screen scales that stat. And that's important to know as we go on here. When a scalar is applied, it looks at whatever your weapon stat is, then applies the modifier on that stat. So the higher the stat is, the higher the scale. Let's say you put one of these scalars on a 30 ammo generation weapon. It won't do much, but on a 70, 80, 90 stat, it will, and I'll show you. From now on, at this point, things are about to get very numbery. There's a lot of numbers here, so bear with me. I'm gonna have some test footage in the background, and to get through a lot of it, I'm gonna have some charts. And with those charts, you can see the changes as more gets added, and there's a lot to know about all this. So let's first start with a 50 ammo generation stat. So in this case, I have a sidearm, a fusion, a heavy, all with 50 ammo generation. Nothing else added, just the weapon stat. The primary gets a special brick on down 9, and on down 18, a special and a heavy brick spawned up. The heavy took double. Then the special weapon with 50 ammo generation stat dropped a special brick after 15 downs and a heavy brick on 20. Then the heavy weapon with the 50 ammo stat got a special brick on down 11, another special brick on down 22, and then a heavy brick on down 29. Then we'll take a look at 70 stat. So a 70 stat primary, heavy, and special. The 70 stat primary on 8 downs, a special brick, on 16 downs, a special brick, and a heavy brick. So again, it's taking double primary to get the brick to drop, and special went from 9 to 8, heavy went from 18 to 16. The 70 stat special weapon, on down 11, a special brick, on down 15, a heavy brick. The 70 stat heavy, down 9, got a special brick, and down 29, got a heavy brick. Then a 100 ammo generation stat on a primary, special, and heavy. The 100 stat primary, Huckleberry, dropped a special brick on down 7 and a heavy brick on down 13. The special weapon, Lord of Wolves, it has a 100 base stat, dropped a special brick on down 9 and a heavy brick on down 13. Then the heavy weapon, Queensbreaker, with chest mod help, its base is 90, so I just added that in to get to 100. A special brick dropped on down 7, and heavy took past all the ammo I had, so probably 29. And I'm going to bring just these three together, and I want you to notice a couple things with the relationships. The kinetic primary weapon is the best just overall for ammo generation. It's the best weapon to use. It helps out both the special ammo bar and the heavy ammo bar. The special weapon does not help itself, but it does help the heavy ammo bar. The heavy weapon, when using it, does not help itself, but it does help the special meter bar. And when you chart them out, you can see that. Going from 50 to 100, it took 9 downs for a special, 18 for a heavy, compared to 7 downs for a special, 13 for a heavy at 100 stat. So the system works, but let's explore it a little bit more, add a little bit more to it. And when you see what this does, you can start making some build decisions. And for all the finder tests, I did special ammo finder. I'll talk about heavy ammo finder at the end. And before we go on, a couple quick sections of things to know. First, the abilities don't give that much ammo generation. I know a lot are going to ask, like, very little. Another thing is whatever weapon ammo stat that you have that you're using, say it's got 100 ammo generation, try to hit everything that you can in a team setting because an assist grants 80% of that. So it's beneficial. Then we have the scalers, special finder, heavy finder, and impromptu ammunition. For the special finder, 1, 2, and 3 mods, 25%, 40, and 50%, so there is a diminishing return the more that you add. But the heavy ammo finder, there's no diminishing return. 1 is 33%, then 65, then 97. And for impromptu, it is less than a special finder. I do know that. It's around 15 to 20%. But it is another scaler, and it is beneficial. And basically, the heavy ammo generation bar is double the size of the special ammo generation bar. Keep that in mind as we go. And there was so much to go through, so for the test I want to show, I just have some important ones as we go. I did 1 finder, 2, 3, but I just want to talk about the primary with 1 ammo finder. Take Huckleberry, the 100 stat with 1 special ammo finder. Before, it dropped special ammo on down 7, heavy ammo on down 13. But with this finder, since it's a scalar, it's dropping special every 5th down. Every 5, you get a special brick. But I want to go ahead and move on to 2 special ammo finders. And this is with a 100 ammo generation stat. So it's got these 2 scalars. And as you start adding on scalars for special ammo, and when you stack these, it's decreasing gains. So 1 mod is great. It's kind of a little bit less than that, and then a lot less than that. So 2 special ammo finders and a 100 ammo generation stat. With the primary weapon, a special brick dropped on down 5, 9, and 14, and a heavy on 13. 100 stat special with 2 finders. A special brick on down 6, heavy on 13. Also another special on 13. The heavy weapon, 5 down, special brick, 29 for a heavy brick. Using the primary is a very, very fast generation for special ammo and heavy ammo. It's the best way to get them, period. And I know all of this together is a lot, but the goal is to kind of show you just how much you're adding and how much the stat can help. And there's more to go. There's more steps. So now let's talk about Impromptu Ammunition. What this perk does, Impromptu Ammunition, is that when you get a down with it, a timer goes up on the screen. You get another down, a couple seconds get added for a maximum of a 7-second timer, and this timer can be refreshed if you get downs with the Impromptu Ammunition weapon. But in this time frame, where that timer is on the screen, all of your weapons get this Impromptu scalar added to them. So even though, let's say I'm using this bow, getting downs with it, the text goes on the screen, I switch to my Mint Retrograde or my Heavy GL, the weapon stat of those weapons take over, but has this Impromptu Ammunition scalar added to them. So they're doing a tiny bit more, getting better ammo generation on top when you switch to them. And what's nice about this is whether or not they have a high ammo generation stat or not, it's going to help them. But again, it's going to be helping more if they already have a high ammo generation stat. So let's add in this impromptu ammunition with finders. What happens? Well, just by itself, just this perk on top of a 100 ammo stat, no finder, it gets a special brick on down 6 and a heavy brick on down 12. So it's right in between a 100 stat and a 100 stat with a finder. Makes sense, because it's a little weaker of a scaler than an actual finder. But when you do add in one finder to this perk, the impromptu ammunition with one special ammo finder, a special brick drops on downs 5, 9, and 14. So this right here, when you compare it, is the same as having 2 finders. It hits a threshold, a breakpoint. The ammunition perk is acting like a second finder. It's getting ammo generation like you had 2 finders. That's really nice. So let's say you do add on a second finder with this perk. It gets special ammo drops on 5, 9, and 13. And it's pretty much the same as one finder, but with 2 finders, later down the line, you get one just a tad quicker. There's no real breakpoint, but if you're a mad lad, if you do 3 special ammo finders with this perk, a special ammo brick will spawn every 4 downs, every 4. And the only way to drop on 4 is with this perk added to 3 finders. You need all 3 with this perk. It's a little much, but it's got very, very fast ammo generation, and they all scale. But where I want to close this section out is with the other finder I haven't mentioned, the heavy ammo finder. The heavy ammo bar is basically double the special ammo bar, and you could see that with some of the tests earlier, like the 50 stat. It takes 9 downs to get a special brick, 18 for the heavy. But as you go up in the stat, like at 100, a special ammo brick drops on down 7, heavy ammo on down 13. I found if you build into the generation stat, the actual weapon stat, the special ammo comes pretty quick if you're using a primary. As you've been seeing at 100, every 7 downs you get a special brick. But the heavy ammo at 13 can get kind of rough, and it's especially rough if you don't build into the stat. It could take 19, 20. The heavy ammo finder has more gains than a special ammo finder, but just as a whole, the scaler is higher because the bar is bigger. When you add on a heavy ammo finder to a 100 stat weapon, primary, let's take Huckleberry, it gets a heavy ammo brick on down 10. It was capped at 13 this whole time, but now it's 10. So in this scenario, 100 stat primary with a heavy ammo finder, you get a special brick on 7, a heavy brick on 10. But there's more. If you throw on 2 heavy ammo finders with a 100 ammo generation weapon, you get a heavy brick on the 8th down. So even faster. That means a special brick on 7, a heavy brick on 8. So now they're getting really close. But if you add in a 3rd heavy ammo finder, and again, that's a lot. To me, here's where it truly gets interesting. And it makes sense. Because again, I suspect the heavy ammo bar is roughly 2 times the size of the special ammo bar. With that 100 generation stat and 3 heavy ammo finders, the bars line up. The heavy bar and the special bar move at the same pace, and they drop bricks, both of them on down 7. Every 7th down is a special brick and a heavy brick. And when you compare this higher end, this ceiling, between a just basic 50 ammo generation stat, and a lot of people haven't been paying attention to ammo generation. Maybe your hand cannon or your pulse has 50 ammo generation at base. It's going to do a special brick every 9 downs, a heavy brick every 18. Compared to every 7, you're getting both. So the stat does matter, the scalers do work, and there's a little bit more to show. What about a 100 ammo stat with 3 heavy ammo finders and impromptu ammunition, the other scaler? It does hit another breakpoint. Just with this primary weapon, this bow, you get a heavy brick and special brick every 6 downs. Isn't that crazy? 6 compared to 18 from that 50 stat. And even lower than 50 would be even more. But with all that said, sure, you can go crazy with 3 heavy ammo finders or special ammo finders, but that's not really practical. It mostly looks something like this. It's a good example. I'm doing this Fortunate Star review, and I've been running this a lot. I have the Mint with the Impromptu Ammunition bow. I have Demoralize with it. So how I set it up, the bow itself has a base 70 as far as its ammo generation. So add on abundant ammo, goes to 82. And on the chest, just 1 ammo generation mod. So that brings it to 100. I'm at the cap. I have a strand regen mod for the Mint. And again, if you need plus 20 more, you could add it with another mod, or maybe plus 40 more, you can add 2 mods. But on the helmet, I have a void siphon for the bow and a special ammo finder. And I just went through that you get your special pretty quick. You might as well use it on the bigger scaler, the heavy ammo finder, but I'm doing this to abuse the Mint retrograde, just to always have ammo. After that, you need to look at your scavengers. That way you can get more ammo per brick that you do pick up. And this loadout's been fun. It's been great going in between this bow and the Mint retrograde, because the bow drops a special brick every 5 downs. Because again, it's acting as if I have 2 finders. The perk carries over when I do use the rocket pulse. So it has some ammo stat help from my chest piece and from this perk, and it's just constantly being filled back up. Like in the end of a lot of things, I'll have full ammo going in between the bow and this. And what's super nice is Demoralize, because I can weaken surrounding enemies. If I hit like a chunkier one, they'll be weakened. I can hit them with this rocket pulse, and it just shreds. But this is building into ammo generation, and Impromptu Ammunition is the highlight of it. And this is just one example. So in conclusion, it starts with the stat itself. Each weapon has a stat. Every single one in your vault, every one that you pick up, the higher the stat, the more ammo you get. So if you want a ton of ammo, that stat needs to be high at base. That way, when a scaler is applied, by scaler I mean the ammo finders or the Impromptu Ammunition perk, you will actually see gains from it. In general, the heavy ammo finder has more gains than a special ammo finder because the bar is twice as big. So when the scaler is hitting that bar, it's giving a lot more. Primaries get way more progress than any other weapon, period. Remember to add scavengers so all this ammo that you're creating gets more on pickup. And also, built into the weapon stat, past 100 built in, you get a chance on brick pickups to get more ammo from the brick. On the Crucible set, 4 pieces of it if you're wearing. If you pick up an Orb of Power, it grants special ammo progress. So there's a lot of things in the game, and that's what's hard about a video like this, because it's an entire system. And there was a lot to cover, but I hope that you did find something useful here. With a lot of weapons, it's actually quite easy to build into ammo generation. You just have to know what scalars to apply and where your build needs to go from there. And I know there's things I left out or I didn't get to with ammo generation as a whole, but I just wanted to cover the weapons part. I hope it helped, and I really appreciate you guys spending a little bit of your day with me. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about the ammo generation system down below. What are your thoughts on it? Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.